many people in the world, I experienced a significant loss in the time of COVID. My dad died in 2020, and he died alone because COVID prevented me from being able to be with him at his death. I was the primary caretaker, a medical decision maker for my dad. And through this experience, I was inspired to get my certification and accreditation for end of life services, such as an end of life doula. And then I went on to get my certification as a grief educator and coach with David Kessler. I then started my new business called Mysteria, and it was named after the Greek goddess of grief and sadness. Also want you to know this about me too. Throughout that loss that I experienced, it kind of pushed me to take advantage of opportunities that had always been a dream. And so one of those was since the age of 10, I'd always wanted to go to Lake McDonald, which is in Glacier National Park. The water is so clear and the rocks are all different colors. And in the background, you can see the Rocky Mountains and the Canadian border not too far. And so I was able to do this pretty much right after my dad passed. And it was really meaningful for me. You know, for me, when my dad died, I had little to no patience with people. And that's not who I was before grief. The fuse of my patience was super long. And it took a lot for me to not want to deal with people or to have anger with people or to lose my patience with people. And then when grief hit, it almost completely got cut off. The fuse got so short. And so when this first started happening, I didn't realize until I started to process my grief and acknowledge my grief and pay attention to my grief and the healing of my grief, that that's what was happening. And it's been 2 years and it still isn't, quote, back to the way it was. And I'm not sure that it ever will. But one of the benefits to this is that it has made me have better boundaries with people. To the flip side of that, I also have to watch where my energy level is. And so when I start to lose patience with people, I've got to be self-aware that that's what's happening. But here's the thing. Grief is the response to your loss. Grief is also the evidence of what we loved and that we do love. And grief has the power to transform us mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically.